Hi all, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session we will start with unit 7, that is planning and control for job shop production. It is MMPC-009. So what's the objective of this chapter? In last section we covered till unit 6, so please refer the last videos. In between there is a small gap because of technical issues, so we will start again with the MMPC 009 unit 7. Okay, so objectives of this chapter are: understand the nature of job production, appreciate the variety of problem that may arise in job shops, and sequence a number of jobs in a static job shop with a single machine to accomplish a number of objectives. Sequence a number of jobs in a static 2 machine flow shop to minimize the total completion time. Develop a schedule to minimize time of completion, that is graphically, of 2 jobs requiring processing on a number of machines in any specified order, and become aware of the use of different priority dispatching rules in a practical job shop. Okay, so structure of this unit: there is an introduction part, variety of problems in job production, an end job 1 machine case, end job 2 machine case. Today we will cover till end job 2 machine case, and 2 jobs M machine case, and scheduling rules for job shop, that is job shop scheduling, problems and prospect of job production, summary, keyword section, and self-assessment questions also there. So let's begin with the introduction part. Unlike mass production system, where a limited number of items are produced continuously without any changes, the job shop caters a situation where a variety of jobs is handled, each job being different from the previous one. So the job shops differ from batch production in the following manner. In batch production, there is generally a continuous demand for products, but owing to a higher rate of production as compared to the rate of demand, and production is taken in batches, and this batch production caters to a predictable variety of jobs. In the job shop, however, both the nature and demand of job is unpredictable. Moreover, each order or job is unique, requiring its own makeup of operation and time for processing through a number of machines or facilities in a factory. And a job shop typically consists of general purpose machine and clubbed into different departments, each job governed by its unique technological requirements and demand processing on machine in a certain order. Because of the variety of tasks, the job shop become a complex queuing system. A job leaves one machine and proceeds on its route to another for the next operation, only to find other jobs already waiting for the machine to complete its current task, so that a queue of job in front of that machine is formed. And alternatively, a machine may finish its task and be ready to take the next job, but no jobs are available, so that the machine become ideal. And planning for the job shop essentially involved deciding the order or priority for jobs waiting to be processed at each machine to achieve the desired job objectives. Okay, so that's about the introduction part of this chapter. And the next is variety of problems in job production. And a typical formulation of the job shop scheduling uh, problem is given n jobs to be processed through m machines, each job having a predetermined sequence of operations and processing times. In what order should the job be located on the machine so as to optimize certain performance criterion? A typical list of performance criteria to be optimized is: there is number of list is there, total processing time or make span and mean flow time, ideal time of machines, mean lateness of job and mean earliness of job, and mean tardiness of jobs, number of tardy jobs, mean queue time, mean number of jobs in the system, and moreover the solution procedure depending on the following factors: the number of jobs to be scheduled, the number of machines in the machine shop, type of manufacturing facilities, manner in which jobs arrived at the facility, criterion by which scheduling alternatives are to be evaluated. And if the number of job, that is n, and the number of machine, that is m, increases, the scheduling problem become more complex. In fact, no exact or optimal solution exists for sequencing problem with large n and m. So simulation and heuristic algorithms seem to be the solution technique for real life scheduling problems. And we initiate the discussion on job shop with some very example one machine and two machine cases for which exact solution exists, and many practical situation would fit into these categories, as you would see. And next, a graphical procedure for scheduling of two jobs to minimize the total time of processing is proposed. And finally, some scheduling rules, that is priority dispatching rule for sequencing job, and results from simulation studies are presented. So next section is n job one machine case. Okay, the case when a number of jobs is to be processed on a single facility occurs quite often in practice, such as a number of cars to be serviced at a service station, number of patients to be treated by a doctor, number of job requested from different terminal users to be executed by a computer, and a number of different jobs to be machined on a lathe, or the number of broken down machines to be repaired by a service mechanic. And in all such a cases, we as human beings are used to first come first served concept, right? This seems to be the almost universally accepted code for handling queues at milk booth, post office, bank, consultation, doctor's consultation, etc. So perhaps the validity of this rule stems from the democratic notion that all individuals are equally important, and it is just or proper to assign priority on early arrivals. So in fact, we all know how unpleasant scenes and heart burning can result in real life if this chosen rule is violated. For instance, when a newcomer tries to enter a queue at a vantage position, or a senior is superseded in a job promotion. And we shall see that if the objectives is not to give a sense of satisfaction and justice to waiting job, and it is possible to consider a number of other rules which would yield more favorable results in terms of objectives, like the mean flow time, average in process inventory of jobs, the mean lightness and mean waiting time of job, and the number of tardy jobs and the total processing time of job. It is in this framework that the following schedule rules should be considered. And we shall consider a static job shop in which a number of jobs and n with the non-processing time require processing on a single machine. The job shop is static in that new job arrival do not disturb the processing of these n jobs. Okay, and it may be assumed that new job arrivals waiting for being considered in the next batch of jobs after the processing of the current n job is covered. So it may be assumed that new job arrives whilst waiting for being considered in the so it may be assumed that new job arrival wait for being considered in the next batch of jobs after the processing of the current n jobs is accomplished. So the following definition are in order. There is n means number of jobs, ti, that is processing time of job I, and w, waiting time before processing job the I, and fi means flow time, and c is completion time, D is due date, and L is lateness of job, E is earliness of job. Okay, there is equation, you just careful. Okay, and T means there is a tardiness of job, and NT means number of tardy jobs. Okay, and since the total time to complete the job, that is fixed and equal to sum of processing time for all jobs in all possible sequences in this and machine, one job case and other optimality criteria, example minimizing the mean flow time or some function of lateness of job is resorted to. And shortest processing time, that is SPT rule, is there, sequencing the jobs in a way that the job with the least processing time is picked up first, followed by the one with the next smallest processing time, and so on, is referred to the as SPT sequencing, and achieve the following objective simultaneously. There is minimizing mean lateness, and minimizing lateness time, and minimizing mean waiting time, minimizing the mean number of task waiting as in process inventory, like that. A variation of SPT rule is the weight scheduling rule, that is WSPT, which is used when the importance of the task vary. A weight, that is WI small letter, is assigned to each job a large value indicating greater importance. Then by dividing the processing time by the weighting factor, the tendency is to move the more important task to an earlier position in the sequence. The weighted mean flow time is given by. Okay, the WSPT rule for minimizing weighted mean flow time sequences the n job such that, so here is an equation, and where the number is square brackets define the position of the job in the optimal sequence. The proof of the preceding statement concerning SPT and WSPT are available in different literatures, and we shall only illustrate the application of these rules to an example problem. So here is an example 7.1. So please refer from your study material MMPC-009 unit 7. Okay, and please refer this. So here is an equation based example and its solution also here. Okay, and just go through it. In between any doubts, you just contact us anytime. We will explain more. Step by step explanation is here. Okay. Stack rule is there. Table 3 also comparison of 5 scheduling rules, and critical ratio rule, that is time remaining for the date of the job divided by time needed to complete the job. Okay, so take care of this equations, then you can solve this problems. Okay, please practice with the example. And the next is n jobs to machines cases. So consider the situation where n job must be processed by 2 machines. In last session we just discussed about one machine. This is 2 machine. Okay, that is followed by M2. The processing time of all jobs on M1 and M2 are known and deterministic. So it is required to find the sequence which minimize the time to complete all jobs. And Johnson developed an algorithm that can be used to obtain an optimal sequence. In such a case, Johnson's algorithm is summarized below. List all processing time of all jobs on machine M1 and M2, and scan through all processing time for all jobs. Locate the minimum processing time, and if the minimum processing time is on M1, and place the corresponding job first in the sequence, and if it is on M2, place the corresponding job and so in the sequence, and eliminate the assigned job, and repeat step 2 and 3 until this is step 2 and 3 until all jobs are sequenced. Okay, so it's based on sequencing. Any ties in processing time while applying step 3 are broken arbitrarily because they cannot affect the minimum elapsed time to complete all jobs. So under certain restrictive assumption, Johnson's rule may be extended to n job 3 machine or more flow shop situation. So the interested reader may refer to any of the reference Baker or Elsiade and Boscher for details. Okay. So here is example 7.2. Based on this, please refer this from your IGNOU study material. Any doubts, you can contact us anytime. Okay, so this is about today's section. And for more videos, you just do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.
i-tutor Academy presents IGNOU MBA complete syllabus coverage classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online and flexible timing. For more details, contact on +916 238 217 885.